Red Scare of 1940 to 1950 was actually considered to be the second Red Scare. The first Red Scare was when the Russian Revolution happened in 1917 during the First World War, whereas the second Red Scare is during the end of the Second World War and the beginning of the Cold War. If you don't know what the Cold War is, I don't think you've heard a lick of American history. The Cold War was an arms race between two superpowers, the United States of America and the USSR. They mass produced military items including nuclear weapons, though they did not launch them at each other because that would lead to the destruction of the Earth. So they decided to keep things chill for the time being, thus making it a Cold War. The main attacks of the war were mainly just espionage and little wars inside of other countries, disputing about whether they should be communist or not, such as Vietnam and Korea. With the whole spy stuff, people got really scared about anyone acting really conspicuous, out of the norm, or just in some cases wearing red. The second Red Scare was the hysteria over the looming communist regime that could blow them up at any time. I mean, it's pretty scary to be at war with that kind of people. The Cold War lasted a very long time, but the fear really resonated with people mainly from 1940 to 1950. During those times, communists were often referred to as Reds by the Americans, thus creating the whole Red Scare name. People went crazy about the espionage, and it didn't help when Uncle Sam was knocking on people's doors telling you to watch for commies. Though some of these people really took it too far. McCarthyism was taking the fear of communism to the next level. Joseph McCarthy was the U.S. Senate during the time, and he led an anti-communist and socialist view. McCarthy took it upon himself to use his power to shame and use hearsay to reprehend the ways of the Communist Party. He used some pretty harsh words. His antics got so out of hand that in 1954 his colleagues denounced his ways during the Army McCarthy hearing, when Army lawyer Joseph Welch famously asked McCarthy, "Have you no decency?" With this, McCarthyism was abolished.